Hello and welcome to Nosy Tarot Entertainment, where this nosy person plays with tarot cards for entertainment only. Today we are doing a coffee ground reading. So this is a reading for the general. It is about wrapping up summer and transitioning into the fall. So this will be cup number 1. This will be cup number 2. I will give you a couple of seconds to choose your cup 1 or cup 2, and then we'll get started. Please remember, this is for the collective, so take only what resonates with you. We're going to get started with cup number 1. All right. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the grounds that have come off into or onto the plate. You can see where it looks like they broke off from here or the bottom. So I don't know what has been weighing on your mind, but it looks like it is relieving. It looks like you're getting some kind of relief, you're making some kind of improvement. It could be one of those instances where time heals all wounds. I also feel as though you are making some steady progress. I don't believe that any any inner child issues have been a problem for you. It seems as though you have matured very steadily, and it looks like when it comes over here, I do feel as though you have some kind of protector. I also feel like you may be acquiring some new knowledge. You see how that kind of looks like, I don't know how well you can see it, but it almost looks like a head and then a shoulder right there. And so it's like someone who is protecting you. I get the sense that it is a masculine energy. You could even say that this right here is the face, and it looks as though they're smiling. And so I think that you definitely have some protectors. You could have angels, this could be ancestors. But I think that you're coming into some kind of wisdom. And I think that you may have a bit of anxiety or maybe like ADHD, some kind of mental issue where it just keeps your mind running, or maybe it's like you don't remember very well. And I'm not diagnosing anyone, but I say that because it looks like that could be what you're releasing, what you're coming out of. So maybe you're learning coping mechanisms, maybe you're going to the doctor and getting some kind of medication adjustment, but I do feel as though it's improving, and that's further emphasized or supported by, do you see this line right here? It almost looks like the sun coming up behind mountains, coming up or settling. But ultimately, the sun is, let me turn my light on. The sun is something that brings clarity. It is something that rushes away, pushes away shadow. And so I do feel as though you're having some kind of new ideas. I also feel as though you're almost like you're climbing a mountain, and you see that it looks like a person right there, like a person who is walking up towards this mountain. It looks like their head is down. So I want to encourage you not to be defeated. Don't let bad thoughts take over. Don't be pessimistic. Believe in yourself. But make sure that you are trying different things. So if, for example, you're applying for jobs that require, 100 words per minute, and experience in Excel and you don't have those skills, then don't be discouraged to the point where you quit, but go and acquire those skills because it'll make your trek up the mountain easier. Um, Also, I see another face here, another face. And so I don't know if maybe you have an ex or someone that is in your mind and it's like you can't stop thinking about them. Perhaps that is what is breaking away, because it looks like that could be where the coffee grounds broke off. So maybe very slowly you're letting go of that relationship or that purpose. But I want to encourage you to build and work on yourself, and you'll continue to free up energy and space for you. I also think that maybe you should get into the garden. Maybe you should work with plants, try and grow your own vegetables. I think that being in the grass or the earth will help you. It'll help nurture your soul, and it'll help your tree to just build deeper roots, and make sure you stay hydrated. Also, I think that in the near future, you're going to have some kind of excitement. This looks to me, do you see that little shape right there? It looks like a penguin. Do you ever watch the Discovery Channel and they show all the penguins running towards the edge of the cliff and they're going to jump off into that fresh, cold water? I see that penguin there. So I want to encourage you, when you make your decisions, make a pro and cons list. Everything, when you make a decision, try and make it as black and white as possible. I know not everything is black and white, but use that as a foundation to help you determine the road towards your goal. So, also, I want to ask you to evaluate the people that you keep in your tribe, the people in your flock, because it can be, it looks like there's a little bit of a up and down here. And I think that you need to be careful with who it is that you surround yourself with. I don't see any money problems if you are, whatever your current money situation is, I think it's going to continue. I do think that you could see maybe one or two little bonuses, new jobs, especially if you work like as a freelance artist or something. You could definitely have a few projects that are going to be very well paid. Um, but it looks like you're dealing mostly with some emotion, letting go of something and moving on. But I think that a lot of your subconscious weight is just kind of peeling off, and it looks as though you are on your way towards better and healthier mindsets and even a lifestyle. Make sure you're working out regularly and eat as many, well, vegetables. This is the second time that I have mentioned vegetables and things that come from the earth. So, definitely think about your nutrition. Maybe think about like composting or the things that you're putting in your body. Also, maybe save for a home or some home renovations. It looks like something, or even maybe for a car. It looks like maybe there could be something that's going to need repairing soon. So maybe start putting a little bit of a nest egg to the side for that so you don't get caught off guard. Let's look at the outside of your cup. Yeah, I really feel like you have some things that are just bubbling to the top. You know how things will kind of come from the bottom and bubble up and then disappear? And so I don't know if it's feelings, I don't know if it's thoughts, but you've got some stuff that is bubbling up. And I think that you need to pay attention to whatever it is that is coming to the surface. So, like that, you can address it and capitalize on it. I think you should keep a dream journal. I don't know if you dream or if you remember your dreams, but I think that it might be a good idea for you to keep a dream journal. Let's look at this plate. I don't know if you have animals, but you may have an animal or two that you connect with either in your real life or maybe like spiritually. So I would pay attention to that. I would also pay close attention to either your ancestors and the long line that you come from, because I feel as though whatever their strengths are or were are some strengths that you have as well. And I think that it may be like an intuition, and maybe that is what I was getting over here with me talking about like something in your mind, whether it be like ADHD, anxiety, like an OCD, and then the peeling off of things. Maybe you are being stripped away and you're coming in closer to spiritual gifts. Maybe like a clairvoyance or a spirit of discernment. So pay attention to that. And also make sure that you have water. I don't know if you're in an area that there could be tsunamis or tornadoes, maybe earthquakes, but I get the sense of like a drought and like the earth cracking. I was going to say quacking. I don't know if you have ducks, but the earth cracking. So I would make sure that you keep like an emergency supply, not only of food and water, but also, like we spoke about earlier, saving for some kind of repair. And I also think that you need to make small steps to meet larger goals, because it's like starting here and taking the small steps that it's going to require to reach the end. And so maybe break down your bigger goals into smaller steps. So if you want to work at NASA, the first thing you would have to do is research what is required to work at NASA. Then the next step would be look for universities or schools that offer those courses. The next step would be, choose some courses, so break it down, because it does take a lot to work at NASA. But if you break it down into smaller steps, then it becomes more achievable. The best way to eat an entire elephant is one bite at a time. And that would be the same as starting your own business or opening your own store, working at NASA, becoming a doctor. The best way to conquer something that seems overwhelming is one step at a time. So that is cup 1. Congratulations on releasing some of that heavy subconscious weight. Let's move on to cup 2. All right. So cup number 2, first off, before we even start, I see this right here. And I think that this is a direct path to some kind of success. I'm not sure what you are working towards, what you are currently doing, but this is a direct, connection. The fastest point, the fastest route between two areas is a direct line. And look at how direct that line is. From the bottom straight to the top. And then we also have these little flecks here. You see those? And this looks like just flecks of flame. So I don't know if you camp. I don't know if you cook on a wood stove. Maybe you do candle magic. But it looks like you have definitely got some messages going up into the ethos. Maybe these are your prayers. If you pray, continue to pray specifically, because those are definitely going up to the heavens. Now let's look at the inside. So it looks like we have some, you can see the heaviness of the subconscious there breaking off. And that's wonderful. Look at that coffee there, just sitting there in a pile. Because what is weighing you down is breaking away. It's being released. The burden of it is being lightened. I'm also curious if you work with moon phases, because there is a very distinct moon here, and it wraps around and it shoots up. So if you work with moon cycles, if you're trying to have a child, track your ovulation, but definitely pay attention to the moon when you plant seeds, when you release stuff, when you try and conceive. I also get the sense that you might be very, very attractive. So I want to encourage you to pick your partners well. It looks like you may have tons of suitors, tons of people literally waiting in line at the chance to be with you. If you happen to be in the sex trade, or if you have an OnlyFans, please protect yourself and be smart and safe. Make sure people know where you are, who you are seeing. And I also see some money coming in for you, like lots of little like sporadic money. Maybe you work in the service industry, maybe you tend the bar, maybe you wait tables, but these could be like really good nights of work. Maybe you are a dancer and you're gonna have several nights where you just get really good tips. And yeah, so it looks like you've got some money coming in towards you. I do want to caution you not to be too frivolous with it, because it looks like there's the possibility of your income not dropping off, but you taking like big hits, like and it could be purchases. Maybe you're looking to purchase like a new television, and you buy a new television or a PC. But I do see where you could be losing or spending big chunks of money. So make sure you keep a budget and try and stick to it, so you know exactly where your money is going. Also, it looks like there may be some breaking of or releasing of connections, ties, relationships. But the good news is you seem to make connections and friends very easily. People seem to like you. They seem to be drawn to you. So make sure you protect your energy. Also, make sure that you develop good coping mechanisms, healthy coping mechanisms. Also, consider some time off like a vacation, a staycation, or just time for yourself, like to really revive and rejuvenate your own energies. And make sure that you're not overly cocky or boastful, because just like you make friends easily, it seems like you could just as easily make an enemy. I also want to, depending on which side of the fence you stand on, if you were looking to have babies, like I said earlier at the beginning, track your ovulation, work with the moon cycles. You can just Google it, current moon phase in, and then enter whatever geographical region you're in, and it'll show you. So if you're looking to have babies, I would encourage you. It looks like this transition from summer to fall may be a very fertile time for you. If you are not looking to have babies, then I would encourage you to practice some safe sex, because there could be, a couple little babies in your future. Also, I want to encourage you again. I think I mentioned the budget. Um, and it looks like some of your money may be a little slippery and hard to hold on to. So, again, keep a very close eye on your money and anyone who may have access to your money. So, if you share your account with someone, if someone in your family is, what is it when you can have a credit card, but you can also put someone else's name on it? Not like a cosigner, but like sharing your credit card with someone. Pay close attention to that, because it looks like your money could be a little slippery. Also, I want to encourage you to keep a journal. To keep a journal, because it looks like you've been through some stuff, and I don't want you, again, slippery. It could be a slippery slope where you slide back into that sadness, slide back into whatever trauma you've been in. So if you don't see a therapist, maybe consider it. But if you don't have access to a therapist, I would encourage you to just write it all out. Just pour your thoughts and your feelings out onto paper. And I also just want you to just pray for yourself, pray for covering, pray for protection, and just pray for your visions and your thoughts. I don't know why I said visions. I don't know if y'all are intuitive, but whatever it is, like your end goal, however you see your future, pray for that and for guidance on how to get there, how to achieve it. So that is my reading for this cup. Let's look at the plate. Let me pull some tarot cards real quick. Okay. So we got the 8 of Swords here. And this is about being in a position where you feel stuck, you feel cornered. It might be a position that you really just don't want to be in, because you are coming from somewhere or going through something that has really just stressed you out. It has put pressure on you. Maybe you found yourself being the head of the household when you didn't expect to be. And that supports, look at this little area right here. I hope you can see it. You see how all of this is really, really dark and intense, but right here, there is a little lightening. There is it's not as heavy or dark as the rest of this circle. And I feel like this could be your conscious, this could be your way out to a smoother path. So I get the feeling that you're already working towards an easier life. And I want to encourage you, continue to do whatever you're doing and add to it in small increments, because it looks like you're just starting to move past whatever it is that was weighing you down, whatever it is that was stressing you out, putting pressure on you. But I want to encourage you because it looks like you're on your way. So continue to be resilient and to protect yourself, your body, your mind, the people you love. When you pray, pray for your home to be protected and also your travel, like when you're in the car. And I want to encourage you because look at all this that's already broken off from the inside of this cup. And you can see that it was from this area right here. So it was really dark and heavy, but a little bit is being chipped away. And that could be this little area that we're seeing here. So I want to encourage you to continue on the path that you're working on, the path that you're currently on, because it looks like brighter, happier days are on the verge for you. So it could be in this upcoming fall. So I'm so happy to see that for you because you've obviously been through quite a bit. All of these mountains, all of this hard terrain. So yeah, congratulations on making progress. So that is my reading for Cup 2. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in my next reading.